Hey, Marissa, I had a really nice time today.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to hear that. I really enjoyed my time with you too.
So, I know this is only our third date, but I'm really feeling connection with you. This will be my first time dating anyone, but I think we could really make it work. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I like you back. Let's test the waters. Nothing wrong with that. Plus, you have a really good job, so I know you can take care of me in an emergency. Not that my uber-rich family wouldn't help, but in case something happens.
Well, financial stability is always really important in a relationship.
Exactly. I work too, so it's not like it'd be one-sided either. Okay, so I guess we're official now.
Yeah, wow. I've never confessed before, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. So, what now? We introduced each other to our parents?
Let's wait a little so we can surprise them. It's still super early in our relationship. We haven't even started talking about living together or getting married yet.
Whoa! Slow down. You're going way too fast there.
Sorry, I know. Sorry for getting carried away. I'm just so excited to have a chance to imagine a future with you.
Of course, same here. We'll get to all of that stuff eventually. Let's just take it one step at a time, alright?
Sure thing. I love you.
Aw, man, you're making me blush.
Come on, say it back. You're my boyfriend now, right?
Okay, I love you too. Are you gonna sleep soon?
Yep, I gotta walk the dogs like usual.
I'm gonna be so sleepy.
All right, good night then.
Yeah, good night. Can't wait to see you again. Oh god, hey mom, how have you been? I'm really sorry I haven't contacted you in a really long time. Life's just been keeping me crazy busy, you know?
Oh, why, if it isn't my little Anthony. How have you been? Gosh, I haven't heard from you in ages.
Yeah, again, super sorry about that.
Well, it's fine and dandy that you're texting me, but you need to drop by sometime and let me get a good look at that handsome face of yours. Remember, family is just as important as work.
I know. You've told me that a million times, Mom.
Well then, how about it?
You're in luck because, as it happens, I was already thinking about stopping by next week. Do you think you can make some time for me?
Do you even need to ask? You're welcome over at my place anytime. You're my son. I'll always make time for you. You could even come knocking on my door at 1 a.m. and I'll open up for you.
Oh, I could never do that to you.
I'm so excited to see you again. I'll be sure to make your favorite bacon and eggs on toast, with the eggs still just a little bit runny, just how you like them. It'd be like old times.
I'm glad to hear that. I do miss you. You know, if I could come over more often, I really would like to, but... Actually, there's something really important that I need to talk to you about. I love your bacon and eggs on toast, but how about we try something a little more special this time around? Like a barbecue. I know it's been a while since we've seen one another, but maybe that's even more of a reason to go all out like this. So, what do you think? I really do miss your cooking.
Oh, wow. I would never have thought of that. Well, it'd take some time to prepare, but I wouldn't mind at all. It sounds exciting.
That's great to hear.
But I must say you've gotten my interest piqued. What's the little something you needed to tell me about?
Well, I've actually met someone semi-recently, and she's kind of nice. We've been dating for a few months now, and I think we've reached the point where I wanted to introduce her to you.
Wait, don't tell me. So it's not like a friend or anything. It's a girlfriend?
Hehe, something like that.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself, alright? I'm not too sure how serious we are at the moment, but we figured introducing our families to one another was something that we really needed to do before we did anything else.
Oh, look at you, becoming your own adult, my little man. I never thought this day would come. They grow up so fast. Why, it feels like it was only just yesterday that I was helping you learn how to ride around the neighborhood on that little tricycle of yours. Do you remember that? One of the wheels came off and we had to have the neighbors fix it.
Oh my god, I can't believe you remembered that. Gosh, that is so embarrassing. I broke that wheel by riding that thing down a hill and falling off it, and I scraped up my knees and my elbow really bad. And then all the neighborhood kids were laughing at me for like a week about it.
Don't let it get you down. You were such a chubby little cutie back then.
Hey, who are you calling chubby?
I mean, well, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but we gotta state the facts here. You were a little bit over the average BMI, but it's not like that was a bad thing. You had a little bit of baby fat left, and it was very cute. And you made up for it in your spirit and vibrant personality. And now look at you. You're as handsome as your father was.
I don't know about that one.
What? Am I wrong? You're the spitting image of him.
Nah, he was on a totally different level than me. Like, I remember any time he would come and pick me up, all the girls would stare at him. He could have been a model. Everyone wished they could have a dad like him.
By any chance, did they happen to have a thing or two to say about the mother? Something good, perhaps? I think I deserve a bit of praise here, too. I was the backbone of the family.
Of course you were. You were one of the best parts of our family. You were what held us together. I don't know what everyone would have done without you, especially me.
Oh, geez, I was half joking, so I wasn't expecting you to say something so heartfelt. Now you've got me all flustered.
What? It's true. I don't want to get too sappy, but I was thinking the other day about how much I appreciate having you around. I appreciate how you've always been there for me when I needed you the most.
Oh, Anthony, that's so sweet.
You're one in a million. There aren't many stepmoms out there who would care this much about their stepchildren. In fact, the opposite happens way more often where they actually resent them. But I've never even felt an ounce of malice from you. You've always treated me like I was your own blood. I never felt like you loved me any less than you loved my dad.
Hey, come on. I'm just doing what any other mom would have done. There's nothing special about me.
You should give yourself more credit.
Nah, it's all because I have such a great stepson that I'm the person I am today.
I honestly don't know what I would have done without you, especially after Dad passed away. I was so lost. Like he took a piece of my heart with him when he died. And I was thoroughly convinced that from this point on, I was going to be alone, that I needed to prepare myself to do everything on my own. But you were still there. You never once left my side. There's a lot of step-parents out there who would leave their stepchildren to fend for themselves the moment their partners left or passed away, but you didn't. Honestly, Mom, I want you to take my words to heart. You've been the best thing to happen in my life, and my dad would have agreed. You have done so much for us.
Oh, Anthony, this isn't fair. You know I easily get emotional. You're gonna make an old woman cry.
Oops.
Don't get me wrong, I'm over the moon to hear you say all that to me, believe me. But I don't want to get too sentimental in front of you. Now, let's change the subject to talk about the new girlfriend of yours. What does she do? What industry is she involved in? What is it about her that you like?
Whoa, Mom, calm down with the questions.
Sorry, I'm just so excited. I want to learn everything I can about this girl before I meet her. I want to know what you see in her.
Don't worry, you'll learn everything you need to know when you meet her in person.
Boo.
Have patience, Mom, don't worry. Time will fly by before you know it.
I'll try.
In the meantime, I'm almost home, so I better go now. But thanks for talking with me. I can't wait to see you next week.
No worries, honey. You take care. I'll make sure the barbecue this weekend is going to be fabulous.
Hey, babe, thanks for a great day. Your mom sure knows how to cook.
Hey, Marissa, I'm sure my mom would be super happy to hear that. She was so worried about whether or not she should cook something up that would suit your palate. It seems she succeeded.
Yeah, the meal was amazing. Everything was so tasty. I think I need to step up my game so I can be a better girlfriend to you.
Nah, don't worry about it. You're already the perfect one for me.
It seems you surround yourself with the right people too. I'm really glad you invited me today. I hope we can all spend time together again in the future.
Everyone really enjoyed having you around too, so I'm sure we can work something out in the future. I mean, hopefully we'll be together for a long time, so we can totally make plenty of time to plan more gatherings.
Oh, that sounds great.
I also saw that you and Mom were talking a lot, and that made me really happy to see you guys laughing with each other.
Yeah, she was really funny.
So, what did you guys end up talking about anyway? I was really busy chopping up the veggies, so I couldn't participate in the conversation myself.
Oh, well, some really super generic stuff, nothing special.
Oh?
Yeah, like asking the usual questions to break the ice so we could get to know each other. And I did learn a lot about her. And I was amazed to hear about her story.
Yeah, my mom's pretty amazing, isn't she?
Like, she actually dropped out before high school? That's crazy. Who does that?
Well, there were a lot of complicated circumstances.
And in spite of all that, she managed to raise you? I have to say that's an impressive feat. There aren't many people out there who could manage that.
It's a long story, but overall, I'd say she had a really hard life.
You don't say.
And she's had to work twice as hard as anyone else in order to prove to others that she was capable enough, and it's taken her this far in life. So I'd say she was pretty successful all in all. I'm really proud to have her as a mom, even if we aren't actually blood related.
Yeah, you gotta give the old hag props. Let's face it, most dropouts are seen as really dumb and incapable.
Old hag? Did you just call her that?
I mean, what's wrong with that? It's true that she's old as dirt, isn't she?
Well, I just think there are nicer ways to say that, and you're making it sound like she's already got one foot in the grave. She's not that old.
But yeah, to be honest, I still thought that way up until I met her. So when I found out she was a high school dropout, I think my brain stopped working. Like, I had to recalibrate it. You could practically see the loading symbol over my head. I wonder what your mom must have thought.
That is so funny.
I mean, you can't blame me. I've met a ton of idiots in my life so far, and they've generally been people who dropped out of school way too early for their own good. Probably to waste their time playing video games in their parents' basement. I'm sure they're all regretting their dumb choices when they find out they can't get anything but jobs that require hard labor.
Okay, Marissa, I didn't know that you were so prejudiced against people who were unable to complete their education.
I'm just speaking from experience. People like that are super unpleasant to deal with. They lack a lot of basic skills, like critical thinking.
Just so you know, I don't think it was my mom's fault that she had to drop out. It's not like she didn't like school. She was actually kicked out of her home from a very early age.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm sure they had a good reason why they did that.
I don't think there's any good reason for why you'd kick out your 14-year-old daughter from your home. And they definitely didn't have one. They never wanted to have her in the first place and didn't want an extra mouth to feed. And considering she was just barely old enough to get a job at that point, and going to high school isn't a requirement, they took that as an opportunity to just get rid of her.
Uh-huh.
So she really didn't have a choice. She had to work from that point on.
Oopsie, was that how the story went? I guess my memory is a little bit fuzzy on the details.
I guess you did only just meet her, so you might have been overwhelmed.
Even so, I'm still amazed she managed to raise such a good man like you, on her own as well. Living as a single mom is hard enough on its own without having to deal with a stepchild. She's a real 1 in a million. No pathetic dropout could do something like that.
Okay, Marissa, enough of the emotionally charged words. That is my mother you're talking about there, and I don't appreciate the way that you've been speaking of her.
Why are you so defensive of her? Again, you're just her stepchild. She's not even your real mother. She's a stepmom.
That doesn't change anything. She's taking care of me even better than my biological mother. She's the only one I consider my mom.
Anyway, come to think of it, I think I left a couple of my cards at her place when I was at the party, so I think I gotta go back and get them back. I've got a lot of work this week though, so it's gonna take me some time to get there. Do you mind going to pick them up for me?
Sorry, I'm really bogged down with some of the housework at home, to be honest, and I gotta finish up some work on the computer. I won't have much time to go there myself anytime soon. How about you go there in your spare time, and I'll make you a special dinner to welcome you back.
Oh, sounds like a plan. The food you make is always super delicious, so I'm looking forward to it. Too bad it wasn't your mom that you got that talent from.
Hey, Mom, are you home right now? I know you usually go out for your walks around this time of day. Are you listening to Elvis again on your phone? Anyway, I've got something very important to tell you. But I don't want to do it over text. Can I come over and tell you what it is in person instead? I think you'll really like what I'm about to tell you.
Sorry, I'm not out walking. I'm very busy today, so what is it? Don't bother coming over. Just do it over text. Make it quick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to bother you then. It really is big news, so I wanted to tell you in person so I could surprise you. But I guess I can compromise. So, here it is. You're never gonna believe it, but I actually got the courage to propose to Marissa. And what's even more unbelievable, she actually said yes to me on the spot. I was absolutely thrilled.
Whoa, whoop-de-doo. I bet you must be over the moon about it.
Well, yeah, like I said, it really is big news. At least for me, I guess. I mean, it's not every day that a person proposes to someone, let alone gets married.
Yep, way to state the obvious.
I'm sorry, Mom, but something seems really off with you today. Are you sick or something?
How about you just mind your own damn business, huh?
Huh? Hey, Mom, what the hell? You never swear like that to me. This isn't like you. You haven't even congratulated me on getting married. I thought you'd be way happier than this. Weren't you all excited when you heard I got a girlfriend for the first time? Yet you aren't excited when I'm finally gonna marry her? Look, is there something wrong? Are you jealous of Marissa or something? Maybe I've done something to annoy you that I don't know about. I'm sorry, you know I can be really clueless about that kind of thing. But I just want to understand, Mom, so whatever it is, just tell me. It's just, I'm kind of hurt by your reaction right now, and I really need an explanation for it. If I've done something, I'm really sorry.
First of all, how about you stop calling me Mom already? Face the facts, I was never your mom in the first place. This was always just a farce to make your dad happy before he died.
Huh?
And what do you even know about me? This isn't like me. As if you ever knew me. What gives you the right to say something like that to me?
What are you even talking about right now? I am so confused. I don't understand. I know some families would have a problem with it, but we've never had an issue with me calling you Mom in the past. But now it's suddenly not okay? Just tell me what happened. I really don't like the way that you're speaking to me right now. It is so unlike you. It's like you've been completely taken over by a different person.
Well, what if I told you the way I'm speaking right now has been the real me this entire time?
Huh?
What, did you actually think I cared about you this whole time? When we aren't even related by blood? Get real. There's no way anybody would honestly love their stepchildren.
Mom, where is this even coming from? Of course you cared about me. Even if you say one thing, your actions up until now have said something completely different. You helped put me through college. You helped keep my father's home so I would always have a place to come back to. You drove me to all my after-school activities when I was still in school. You're the only person who stepped in to help raise me. Not even my own relatives wanted anything to do with me.
Looks like you got the wrong picture. I was doing all that out of obligation.
What obligation? My dad was already long gone by that point.
Whatever. Just understand that I don't care about you in the slightest. You're not my son.
Well, if that's the case, please, explain all those times you supported me. I have fond memories of you coming to cheer me on at all of my soccer games. What about all those times that you sat by my bedside, listening to me about my problems until I fall asleep? If you really didn't care about me, would you have gone so far for me?
It was all a front.
You're still insisting on that?
You don't want to hear the truth, but my heart wasn't invested in any of that. So hurry up and face the facts. Realize that I never meant anything I did. You don't know my true motivation for doing what I've done up until this point.
You sound like you had some kind of ulterior reason, but what could that possibly be? I honestly don't believe what I'm hearing right now. This must be some sort of stupid dream I'm in. There is no way I'm living in a reality where my own mother would pull the rug out from under me the moment I tell her I'm getting married, when she's been waiting for this day my whole life.
You don't know me, Anthony, so stop pretending like you do. Why won't you understand already? You just fell for my ruse. Nothing more, nothing less.
Then answer me this. Why have you done what you've done? Why would you pretend to care about me all this time? Again, what did you get out of it? We could have parted ways the moment my father died, and you could have lived a happy life on your own pursuing something else, like that GED you've always dreamed of getting. Instead, you decided to continue working hard at your job to support me. None of that makes any sense.
It's because of your father.
My father? What does he have to do with any of this? Like I said before, if anything, his death should have been the reason we parted ways.
Of course you wouldn't understand. You can't even imagine the pain I felt when that man passed away. He was my everything. But when I lost him, all I was left with was you, and I didn't know how to ease my pain. To be honest, I could have easily gone down a very dark path. There was a point in my life that I was an alcoholic, and I nearly returned to that. But in that moment of darkness, I saw you. In a lot of ways, you do resemble your father even now. So I deluded myself. I thought if I took care of you and nurtured you, some part of you would remind me of him and I'd feel that same happiness again. I thought I could remember what it was like to be with him again. But now that it's come to this, I realize that I was wrong. You could never replace him. You could never give me that happiness that he gave me. So I don't care to follow you into your new married life. I couldn't care less what happens to you from this point on. You're on your own.
What kind of sick, twisted thinking is that? You can't tell me that this has all been a lie all along. I just can't accept that. I won't. You're my mom. There has to be some kind of other reason for this. Please, what has gotten into you?
Look, it doesn't matter to me whether you believe me or not. Believe what you want. It's up to you. I don't care. But you're getting married now, so why don't you focus on that instead? Don't you have better things to do than pester me? Stop bothering me. I'm not interested in continuing this relationship any longer.
Wow, Becca, I had no idea that this was the kind of person you were all along. My heart is broken. I never thought you would lie to me like this. I thought you were a good person. Don't you ever contact me ever again. I'll never forgive you for this.
Hey, Anthony, I need you to talk to me. I've been really worried about you lately. You've been walking around looking like a zombie.
Ah, Marissa.
I know what happened between you and your mother. I heard about everything.
Oh, did you now?
I can't believe the nerve of that woman. Who does she think she is? I can't possibly begin to understand your pain, but I know that you're in a dark place right now, and I want to do my best to support you. Do you want me to come over tonight? I'll cook you some dinner for once. I promise I won't burn it. I've been watching a lot of cooking videos recently, and I think I found a really good recipe for making pizza. I think it's the perfect thing to help you lift your spirits. Something special and fun, you know?
I'm so glad you're here with me. I don't know what I would do without you.
Of course, I'm gonna be your future wife. The least I can do is be there for you.
I can't explain the amount of sadness I'm feeling right now. You don't understand how attached I felt to her. I treated her like a mother. Not only that, I treated her like more than a mother. She was like a best friend to me. And oh, all the memories we shared together up until now. To think that they were all fake, that none of it was real. I honestly can't believe what has just happened. My heart is broken.
Anthony, listen, you're going through a lot right now, and I know I have to be super careful with what I say. After all, you're very sensitive at the moment, but allow me to say this. Your mother is an absolute dirtbag. She's a piece of trash. Can't think of a worse woman than someone like her. I mean, how can you talk that way to someone who's had to otherwise grow up alone? You have to be a whole new level of evil to do that. Maybe she found a new boyfriend who doesn't like kids and she saw it as an excuse to get rid of you.
Thank you for understanding, Marissa, but please avoid speculations like that. It makes me feel worse than I already do.
Sorry.
I still just can't believe what just happened. None of it makes any sense. I'm just hoping that someday she'll give me a proper explanation for all of this, one that I can actually believe. To be that invested in me up until this point, only to flip like a switch like this? I know that something else has to be going on here. This isn't her heart speaking. There's something else that's causing her to speak this way to me, and I want to know what the truth is.
Wait, I'm confused now. You're acting like you intend to speak to her again after everything she said to you? Don't tell me you're actually entertaining the idea of forgiving a piece of trash like her.
Well, you have to understand.
Understand what?
Let me finish. I know she said some horrible things, and I did also tell her to never contact me again. But there's still a part of me that believes in our relationship.
Oh, that's just wishful thinking.
It might be, but I'm telling you, we had genuine happiness there in our lives. I can't believe for a second that it was all just a lie. I'm thinking about trying to talk to her again after the wedding. Maybe there's a chance I can still find out what's going on. If I can't manage to get through to her, if everything still feels fruitless, then I might have to give up on her altogether. There's not going to be much more I can do from that point on.
Okay, hold on, babe. Let me get this straight. What do you mean after the wedding?
Well, I'm going to invite her to the wedding and talk to her afterwards.
No way! Even after all the awful things she said, you're still gonna let a piece of trash like her attend our wedding? That's supposed to be the happiest day of our lives.
Like I said, there's absolutely something more going on beneath the surface, and I want to understand that mystery. I need her to give me one more chance to reignite our friendship. But that being said, this will be her last chance. Whether or not she wants to burn this bridge will be entirely up to her, because I'm not going to try and cling to her forever.
That's right. You shouldn't be clinging to a woman who you don't have any blood relations with. Seriously, step back and think this through. Is she really worth all this? No matter what, I don't think it's going to be very healthy for you to continue having a relationship with her anyway. Just think about what your life's going to start looking like from now on. You work at a big name company, and you're marrying into her equally as prestigious and rich family. We're not a bunch of dropouts. Do you understand me?
What are you getting at here?
Look, all I'm saying is that this whole fiasco with that mom of yours, it could be a blessing in disguise. As they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. It's for the best you cut ties with someone like her no matter what.
Wait, so are you implying I should have cut her off even if she hasn't said those kinds of things to me?
Think about the type of people who will be attending our wedding. It'll be full of the higher class, the upper echelons of society. Now imagine that dirty traitor of yours there. She'd stand out like a pimple on the Mona Lisa. You don't want her to be there. Other people won't want her to be there. And I especially don't want her to be there.
Let me guess, it's because she's a pathetic dropout that doesn't deserve to be around your people. And if someone like her attends our wedding, you treat her like a blight on society who doesn't belong there. You wouldn't even try to make her feel welcomed.
Exactly, babe. You hit the nail on the head. This is a situation where no one's gonna be happy if she's there. Even she herself wouldn't be. So let's just keep things the way they are. Let's not try to fix anything. She's already shown her true colors to you. Shouldn't that be enough? It's time you gave up on her.
Really now? Is that honestly the best kind of advice that you could give?
Of course! As a woman who actually cares for you, any advice you hear from me is the best kind of advice anyone can give you. You don't need an old crone like her. You have a new woman in your life now.
Marissa, I can't believe you.
What? You can't believe how adorable and loving I am? I know, honey. That's why we're perfect together.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
You're full of nothing but lies. Just admit what you've done already.
Excuse me? Why are you acting like I've just committed a crime? I haven't done anything.
Spit it out already. I figured everything out.
I don't understand. What are you even talking about right now? All I'm doing is trying to show you some support like a good girlfriend should. So why are you getting angry at me all of a sudden? What, are you actually into Mean Girls and you're bothered by how nice I am?
No, I'm angry because you won't fess up to what you've done. You said something to my mother the other day, didn't you?
The other day? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Marissa, quit the act. I don't want to sit here and play these stupid games with you. I want to hear it from your own mouth. Did you say something to upset my mother? Out with it already.
I don't know, maybe a couple words in passing?
Uh-huh.
But then again, so what if I did? That woman's beneath me. I can say whatever the hell I want to her. Not only that, but I'm gonna be the one marrying you now, so I'll be the woman of the house, not her. You won't need any other woman in your life except me, so she needs to know her place.
Wow.
A younger, more capable woman is here to take care of everything you need. We don't need some old high school dropout to interfere with our new fabulous life together. She'll just put an ugly stain on all of the new memories we'll share together.
Well, thanks for letting the cat out of the bag. I knew something was suspicious. So you actually did say something to her. I don't know what you told her, Marissa, but whatever you did was out of line. You had no right to do that, especially without my permission. I want her to be at our wedding. I want her to be a part of my life. You're important to me, but so is she. You're not the only one around here that matters. So tell me, what were those words that you told her? Why don't you say what they were? Go on, share them. And I want you to go straight to her now and apologize. You need to set things straight.
You're not the boss of me.
Excuse me?
Now, why the hell would I do any of that? This is all working out according to the natural order of this world. She's not meant to come to the wedding. Don't you understand? I will not be having trash like her there.
Just what exactly do you have against her in the first place? Please enlighten me, because I'd like to really understand how someone could be so prejudiced. What, is being a dropout a crime? Is the fact that she dropped out of high school really that big of a deal to you? Even knowing the circumstances? Do you even realize what she's done for me up until now? All the sacrifices she's made.
Yawn.
She only knew me for 3 years. She dated my father for 3 years before he sadly passed away. At that time, my mom and I weren't especially close to each other. She had every right to distance herself from me and leave me on my own. Her obligations to entertain me as my father's son were over. And I was just a normal boy. But in spite of all of that, she went out of her way to start raising me herself. She's someone who isn't even related to me by blood, but she's treated me better than any of my blood-related family members who were going to put me up for adoption instead of taking me in. So how can you tell me to throw someone like that away without a fight? That's like asking me to throw away all those years I spent together with her.
Listen, Anthony, I hear where you're coming from, but this is a very difficult situation we're in.
Difficult how? What's complicated? You don't understand crap.
You need to make a decision.
What decision?
I understand that you care very much about your mother, but you also care about me, right? So here's your ultimatum. It's either me or her. Which one is it going to be? And before you answer, no, you can't have both. It's either me Your new stunning and beautiful wife who's got stacks of cash and a good job? Or your dropout, good-for-nothing mother? Be honest with yourself. Don't let your emotions influence your decisions. Think rationally. Don't choose based on who helped you in the past. Choose which person will give you a better future. So, which would you rather keep in your life?
Marissa, I swear to God, stop being overdramatic right now already. I don't need to choose between either of you. So jot that down. She's my mother, and she'll always be my mother. As for you, well, I feel like I need to know more about you now, because I honestly didn't take you for the kind of woman who would act like this.
Excuse me? What more about me do you need to know?
Clearly more than I already have. Because you've always been so nice up until this point. I've seen the way that you talk to people, and I see that you're always so friendly to them. Naturally, I saw that as a sign that you were a good person at heart. But then you suddenly change your tune when it comes to my mother? That's discrimination no matter how you look at it.
No, it's not. I just like to be careful about the kind of people I let into my life. That's something everyone does.
No, you're not doing it based off of her personality. You're looking at the fact that she's a high school dropout and how she's not related by blood to me and deciding that she isn't worthy of your respect. And honestly, someone who does that isn't the kind of woman I want by my side for the rest of my life. So explain yourself. Why do you think it's okay to talk about my mother this way?
So it's come to this, huh? Well, that makes sense. I guess you've never really tasted success your whole life like I have. So I shouldn't have ever expected you to understand. But honey, the kings and queens of the world don't associate themselves with the rats.
Excuse me?
It's as simple as that. Your mother is way too below my status to associate myself with. If I allow her into my life, people are gonna start looking down on me. She'll drag me down to her level, and I'll be the laughingstock of my family. Do you understand? We live in two different worlds. And in my society, people get judged on things like this. There's almost nothing more important than the kinds of people you decide to keep around you. Believe me, I'd love to get married to you, but she's just one glaring issue that's keeping that from happening. And we have to get that out of the way as soon as possible.
Marissa, oh my God.
What?
You are such an idiot. I can't believe this. Why are you telling me all of this now?
Better late than never.
No. If this was that big of an issue for you, you should have broken up with me the moment you heard about my mother. Right? Isn't that reasonable? But instead of doing the rational thing here, you actually let me propose to you, and you said yes. You made me think I was the one for you. So I don't understand. Why the hell did you do that?
Why not? I can't even believe you're asking that right now.
Excuse me?
I mean, take a look at yourself, Anthony. You're drop-dead gorgeous and the most handsome man I've ever seen. And not only that, but you make good money. Who wouldn't want to marry you? And honestly, I was hoping you'd come to your senses eventually because, you should have already known that status is everything for our kind.
So that's the reason, is it? You were only after me for my looks and my money.
Of course. What else is there?
I didn't know you were such a simpleton. I thought you were better than this, Marissa. You aren't like the other girls out there. In fact, you're even worse than them. I can't believe I ever let you into my life.
Okay, fine. Since you want to know so bad, I guess I'll go more in depth. When I first heard about your mother's situation, my first thought was that for someone who was raised by a pathetic dropout, you've actually managed to do well for yourself. I mean, take a look at you and your position in your company. You're one of the top salespeople there. It's actually super impressive. So you should be proud of yourself. Not only that, but you should be proud of yourself for scoring a hottie like me. You've been dealt a nasty hand of cards, but you've made the best of it. That's something I really appreciate. Do you understand? If you want to break down my reasons for marrying you to their very core, then yes, technically I want to marry you for looks and money. But as you can see, it actually is more than that. And of course, I'd want to marry someone like you who does have these kinds of qualities.
Well, I am very sorry to have to break this bad news to you, but I don't think I can do this anymore.
What do you mean by that? Do what?
While I'm glad for all of your words of praise for me, I can't get over the fact that you despise my mother to the extent that you do. That is a huge deal breaker for me. I don't think that this is going to work out in the long run. We haven't gotten married yet, so there shouldn't be any issues with breaking off our engagement since no major plans have been set into motion yet. There aren't any major repercussions. So thank you for everything up until this point, but I think this is the end for us.
Hey, no, don't tell me you're doing what I think you're doing right now.
I am.
Are you actually breaking up with me? There's no way you're serious about this, are you?
I am dead serious.
No, you can't be. This is the first time anything like this has happened to me.
Well, there's a first for everything. And you've left me with no choice. Since you forced me to make a decision, I'd rather choose my mother over you. It is true that she hurt me and said those awful things to me. But while I don't know what her exact motivations for that were, I've realized that you're a mean person down to your very core. And honestly, I don't want to associate with someone like that for the rest of my life. I'd be embarrassed to have to introduce you to people as my wife, knowing that this is the kind of person you are.
You selfish man! How dare you think you have the luxury of doing that to me? You're staying with me. You don't have a choice.
Excuse me? What are you? Some kind of dictator? You don't get to tell me what I can and I can't do. Whoever I want to be with is my choice, and my choice alone. You don't get any say in it. And I'm choosing not to be with you. I don't care about your feelings. You're just gonna have to accept the reality of the situation.
Oh, no, you don't. Don't you dare think you can get away with this so easily. Sure, we might be breaking up now, but I'll just tell people that the real reason why is because I found out that you were cheating on me, and so that's why I had to break up with you. So I'll ask you once again, are you going to choose me or your mother? If I were you, I'd choose wisely. There's an obvious better pick. It's hardly even a choice.
Who the hell do you think you are? What is wrong with you? Why would you do something so sick? Man, I am learning more and more about you and your true colors with every second, huh? I shudder to think about what would have happened if I'd gone through with our marriage without knowing that this was who you really were. You know what? I've had enough. Say whatever you want. If the people around you take you seriously, fine. I don't give a damn. I have faith that the truth will be revealed sooner or later, and that everyone will understand that you speak nothing but lies. As for me, I'm not staying with you for another second. Our relationship is done for, and now I need to go to my mother and apologize for your stupid actions. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I'm warning you. I'm really gonna do it. Answer me, Anthony, you stupid jerk.
Hey, Mom. I know it's been a while, but I really need to talk to you. I hope that's okay with you. I know things have gotten pretty awkward between us now, but I want to set things right. Firstly, I need to apologize. I had no idea what had happened. In fact, I still don't know what happened. I have no idea what Marissa told you, but I don't want you to think anything of it. Every word that she said was a lie and isn't worth listening to. I don't want you to care about your academic record. There's nothing wrong with dropping out of school. You didn't have a choice. And unlike her, I don't think it affects you as a person. I need you to understand that. I want to keep you in my life forever.
Oh my God, Anthony. I can't believe you're the one who's reaching out to me. You shouldn't be the one apologizing here. It should be me. So please let me apologize. The things I said the other day, oh my God, I'm sure they were so hurtful. I thought this had all been for the best, but looking back, I think I should have told you about what happened between Marissa and me. I think if I had just explained myself back then I wouldn't be having to do it all now after the damage has been done.
Mom.
When she had first made fun of me and my lack of education, sure, I was pretty mad. In fact, I flew into a rage. You know how I usually don't tolerate people who do that to me, right?
Yeah.
So I told her to get her cards and to get the hell out of my house. But after some time had passed, I began to think over it some more. I mean, on paper, Marissa is a great woman. She has so many more things that she can offer you than I can. I mean, sure, you and I have history, so even if I can't offer much else, I can offer you emotional support. But Marissa, I felt that I couldn't possibly match what she could offer you. And so I thought it'd be best if I was out of the picture entirely. So, the day you told me that you guys were going to get married, I thought it was the perfect time for me to leave. And believe me, I was extremely sad that day. I couldn't stop crying afterwards. To be honest, even though I know I should have been the one to do so, I'm glad you reached out to me. Because of that, you know the truth now. And now you understand the real reason I must leave you. Goodbye, Anthony. Have a good life.
Mom, you fool, what are you thinking right now? This is insane. Why are you worrying about something as stupid as an academic record?
Anthony?
You're not the one who's wrong here, it's Marissa, and she should be the one apologizing. So please, don't blame yourself for this.
No, the truth is that I'm an embarrassment. I want better things for you. I wish I were a better, more capable woman.
Are you even hearing yourself right now?
Of course I am. I've thought through this over and over again.
No, you're being ridiculous. You can't be a better woman because you're the best. There's nobody out there that can match you. Besides, I have something to tell you, which is why I'm contacting you. But I just don't want you to apologize for what's happened again.
Oh no, where is this going?
Well, I have some good news, I guess. But in retrospect, it might be considered kind of bad, actually. Anyway, let me get straight to the point. After finding out about Marissa's true nature, I made a decision. She's not the kind of woman I want in my life. There's no way in hell I'll marry someone like her, so you don't need to worry about anyone judging you anymore. Please, just be yourself, shamelessly.
Oh my God, what have you done? You silly boy, how could you throw away such a good woman like that?
Oh, Mom, what are you talking about? Shouldn't this be great news? Why would you want me to stay with someone that judgmental? If she was judging you that harshly, imagine what she does to anyone else behind my back.
Oh, that woman may have had her faults, but she definitely could have provided you with support for a good life not many others could. I don't know, I just really think you made the wrong decision here, and it's all because of me.
Okay, Mom, but putting aside her good looks and her family's money, do you actually think she's a good person to be with for the long term? Could you see her making me happy?
If I'm allowed to be honest, then no, I don't see her making you happy.
See?
But I could see you happy to be with her. And I thought I had to support you marrying her, even if I had a very bad first impression of her. The last thing I want to be is a nasty mother-in-law from hell.
Oh my God, Mom, I'm holding my head in my hands as we speak. I can't believe you're only telling me this now.
What do you mean?
If you've always had a negative impression of her, why didn't you just tell me? I could have avoided this whole mess before it blew up in our faces.
It's like I said, you just looked so happy with her. I felt I had no right to say you shouldn't marry her, especially since I've overall spent far less time with her. Besides, I've never seen you with a girl before, and I loved seeing you in love for once. I thought it was very special, and I just really didn't want to ruin it.
You're like my guardian angel. You're always looking out for me. I'm sorry, Mom, but your good heart has gotten us into a big mess. I wish you had been honest from the very beginning.
I'm sorry.
But then again, I think things are going to start looking up from here on out. After all, I can take this as a lesson. I should properly vet any woman before I decide to try and marry her. I need to really be sure I know who she is as a person, so something like this never happens again.
Well, if I could help you learn something in life, I couldn't be happier. And hey, listen, if you need someone to check whether a girl you're looking at is right for you, don't look past your own mother. I'll make sure that you'll get a girl who'd never hurt you.
Thanks, Mom. You don't know how much it means to me to have you supporting me, even after all this time. I'm so glad that you didn't mean anything you said back then, and that this is really who you are in the end. I don't know how I would get through anything without you. But don't worry about the next girl I bring in. I know exactly what kind of woman I shouldn't be looking for, as well as the kind of woman I should be seeking.
And what type of person would that be?
Someone humble, loyal, and responsible. Just like you. After that, I decided to formally cut ties with Marissa altogether. It seemed she had been still holding on to some hope that talking to my mom wouldn't have changed anything, but honestly, it only sealed her fate. I told her about what my mom and I talked about, and boy, she was furious. She desperately tried to convince me that my mother was lying and that none of what she was saying was true. She then proceeded to blow up my phone with messages begging me to stay, so I had to block her to put a stop to that. It then began getting a little bit scary. She started sending me letters to my house, showing up at my workplace, sending me emails. After I'd had her escorted out a few times, I decided to file a restraining order. When her family heard this, they were extremely embarrassed. They had no idea about this entire situation. They came to me to apologize profusely and paid me back for the ring that I had bought for Marissa when I proposed. And while they mentioned wanting to disown her for the embarrassment she caused, she was instead barred from using her family's money. And as fate would have it, she'd gotten demoted in her job for lack of performance. I always did wonder why she was always free to go out for dates no matter the time or place. It seemed that the reason was that she was straight up calling out every time. Because her family stopped giving her financial support, she had to move out into a much cheaper apartment in the bad part of town, and I heard that her family no longer likes to talk about her. Even if they say they hadn't disowned her, it seems they effectively did, huh? During that whole fiasco, Marissa had been doing her absolute best to try and slander me, but she had very little success. She started from the spots where we used to have our dates at, restaurants, cafes, bars. She even went directly to my workplace to try and spread rumors about me. She'd tell them that I cheated on her and that's why we had to break off our engagement. Just like she warned me, she began trying to spread those kinds of lies about me. Unfortunately for her, I had a very good reputation amongst my coworkers, so no one believed her. Instead, all of that lying came back to bite her when people started spreading gossip about her. On top of her demotion, people started to ostracize her, and rumors of our failed wedding spread very fast. It even reached my brother's ears, who happened to be her boss. I had never told my brother about anything that had been going on, so it was the first time that he'd heard that Marissa had tried to bar our mother from coming to the wedding. So he flew into a rage, to say the least. Obviously, he'd already demoted her once, and to demote her again or fire her for personal matters was unprofessional. But he found other implicit ways to make her life as painful as possible. He always makes snide comments whenever she walks into the office, and gives her piercing stares all the way from his desk, imbuing her with pressure from the very start of the day. Other ways he likes to torment her is by shouting her name out, pretending she did something wrong, but then asking her to do a menial task for him. He's having his fun with her, and I have no intention of stopping him. As for me, I'm slowly recovering from dodging that bullet. My relationship with my mother is back to normal, and we're doing all the things that we used to do when we were younger. I've been able to trust and open up to her a lot more than I was able to when I was dating Marissa. Marissa is the first girl I've ever been with, and I've never really known how to avoid women who aren't good for me because I've had very little experience with them. But I have to admit, I would still like to get married one day, before I'm 40 at least, but I'm not picky. After what happened, my friends volunteered to check out any girls I bring before I start trying to do anything serious with them. Not only that, but with the support of my mother and her advice, I'm sure the next girl that I let into my life will be perfect for me. My first question on my dates from now on will always be, what's your opinion on high school dropouts? Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video. Good evening, Mrs. Baker. This is Gordon. I hope you aren't busy, but I have some good news for you. I was able to reserve the room that I promised you.
Thank you so much. I apologize for asking on such short notice, but even so, you still went through and helped me. I really don't know how to thank you. I'm sure it must have been quite difficult.
You don't have to worry about that. You're always helping me too, so of course I would do everything in my power to help you as well.
I appreciate you for always helping my husband and I.
You wanted to reserve a room for your wedding anniversary celebration, right?
Yes, that's right. My husband is always working overseas, so it was kind of difficult to decide on a day. But since their 10-year anniversary, he was able to get a couple days off. He just got back the other day, and now we're finally going on vacation together.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm honored that you chose our hotel to celebrate such an important day in your lives.
He's always the one to make reservations for us, so this time I wanted to surprise him by making the reservation myself. I figured if I really wanted this to go well, I'd be better off asking you because I knew you'd be able to help me with all the small details on the day of.
Oh, yes, of course. However, I'm sorry to say that I won't be able to accompany you for your celebrations due to the fact that I also have to work overseas. The day that I leave happens to be the day that you reserved.
Oh, really? That's too bad. I was looking forward to celebrating with you. How'll we go about doing the preparations then?
I will inform the manager about everything, so would you be able to contact him about the details of your stay? It would probably be a lot easier for them to understand if you told him directly, rather than I did.
That's true. I'd also hate to put you through any more trouble. I'll contact him directly.
Oh, I have no problems whatsoever. I'm just terribly sorry that I won't be there on the day of the celebration. I'll give you the manager's phone number.
Yes, thank you. I also have one more thing to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
This might be a strange favor I'm about to ask you. Is that okay?
Hello, this is B. Adamson. I am the manager. I got word from Gordon to contact you. What can I help you with today, ma'am?
Yes, thank you. My name is Leah Baker. I wanted to surprise my husband on the day of our wedding anniversary, so I was hoping that you could help me.
What kind of surprise were you planning? It will all be separate prices, so I hope you've checked our homepage.
What? Prices? I'm sorry, but I didn't check the prices.
This is a luxury hotel, so things like surprise cakes and champagne will cost an extra bit. I suggest you check the prices in advance.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you to contact me when you've checked them?
I understand.
I would assume that you'll be with your children as well. I feel the need to remind you that this is a luxury hotel. There are a lot of high-class guests who stay with us.
Yes, I've heard about that. I've heard a lot of celebrities and famous athletes stay at your hotel.
I'd like to ask you to watch your children and make sure they don't do anything in front of those guests.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm sure it would bother the guests if you were in the lobby, etc., with your noisy children. That's what I mean.
Yes, I'll definitely be careful about that. Now, about the surprise. I'd like to arrange an anniversary cake, champagne, and decorations in advance. And if it's not too much trouble, I'd also like to reserve the pool and bar area for the night.
Forgive me, Mrs. Baker. I just have a couple of things I need to confirm with you before we discuss this.
Huh? A couple things like what?
Do you have a chauffeur for the day of the celebration?
What? A chauffeur? What are you talking about?
Normally, our hotel welcomes many guests who have their chauffeurs with them. Mr. Gordon also told me to reserve a parking space for you. Is it a sports car or anything like that?
No, I don't have a sports car. I can't let my children ride in a sports car.
That makes sense. Well, is it an SUV or something bigger like that?
No, I have a small car. I'm sorry for asking, but does that have anything to do with the surprise?
As a manager of this expensive luxury hotel, I have the responsibility of thinking about my guests. Is there something wrong with that?
Well, no, there isn't. It just kind of feels like I'm being interrogated for no particular reason.
Well, excuse me. All I did was ask you the questions that needed to be asked. I'll be returning to my work now. We look forward to your stay, and please, take care.
Wait, what about the surprise? I don't think we've really organized anything yet.
Please leave. You really thought you could stay here, didn't you?
What is the meaning of this? I'm pretty sure I made the reservation. Why didn't you even let us into the parking lot? Was there something wrong in the system or something? If it was the system, I printed out my reservation, so I can show that to you if you want.
It was just as I expected.
Just as you expected? What does that mean?
You came to our luxury hotel in your little mini car and thought you would be able to stay here? What were you thinking? How did you think that would work?
I just don't understand. I'm 100% positive that I made the reservation. The owner should have made it for me. I even have proof.
I'm sorry, but I just don't think a family who pulls up in a mini car would be able to afford a suite. Is that some kind of prank?
Are you looking down on us because of the type of car we drive? Our car has nothing to do with the fact that we made a reservation with this hotel. I don't get it.
That's not what I meant. You don't have a reservation with us, so I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. There's a little motel a couple of blocks down the road. Maybe you could ask them?
Are you trying to turn us away? Are you being serious? What about my anniversary surprise?
You probably can't afford it anyways, so there's no point in preparing the surprise. It would be a giant waste of time. We don't have any rooms for low-income people such as yourselves. If you'd like, I can compile a list of other locations that might be within your price range.
Low income? Are you being completely serious right now?
Of course I am. Do you all know what you're doing? You can't just stroll up to an expensive hotel without being able to pay for it.
I could ask you the same thing. What do you think you're doing? You can call me for all you want, but I would still like to have my celebration like planned.
Wow, you're persistent. How many times do I have to tell you before you understand? Low-income families with mini cars cannot stay at our hotel. It's common sense. The owner is telling me to turn you away, so please leave.
Okay, that's fine with me. Then I guess that means you don't need the $5 million loan anymore.
Huh?
That's what my husband said. You said that the owner, in other words, Mr. Gordon, said to turn me away. If that's really the case, then the loan is off. But even if it isn't true, my husband says that he doesn't feel like lending you the money anymore. If this hotel has someone like you as the manager, there's no way that your business would recover.
Just what are you even talking about? What do you mean by that? What's all this about a loan? Are you trying to mess with me or something?
You're the manager, but you don't even know what's going on in your own hotel? Didn't the owner tell you? The business at your hotel dropped because of the recent COVID-19 infections, hasn't it? That isn't anybody's fault, but the hotel's revenue plummeted. That's why you all had to apply for a loan. My husband actually just approved the loan, but I'm not so sure about that anymore.
What? The financer is your husband? That has to be a joke, right? Please tell me you're joking.
You're free to think of it as a joke all you want. But don't you think it's a bit strange? We were able to get a reservation for a suite with a 6-month waiting list?
That is true.
I don't think you know how much Mr. Gordon has been trying to win my husband's favor. You probably should have picked up on that at least.
Is that so? I'm terribly sorry, but allow me to confirm. You really aren't joking about this.
What do you mean?
Forgive me, but you came in a mini car, didn't you? It's a bit unrealistic that you'd be the loan financer. I can't imagine that you'd have such a small car if you really had that much money.
I guess it's decided then. We will definitely not lend any money to a hotel where you're the manager. That's what my husband says anyways.
Why not? All I did was ask you about your car. I do believe you're overreacting.
It's too late to save yourself now. It doesn't make sense to start panicking. I'm sure the owner will be furious when he hears about this. By the way, you're an extremely ignorant person.
What? Ignorant?
The car that we were driving was not a mini car.
What? That car's so small, of course it has to be a mini car.
It's a classic car, and it's a very expensive one for your information.
Classic car? What?
It really feels like you're bringing down the reputation of your hotel just by being the manager. You were being ignorant and looked down on us because you thought we drove a cheap car, and because of that, you told us to go home. Is that something a proper hotel employee does to his guests?
I didn't think it was an expensive car. You didn't even have a chauffeur, so I misunderstood and thought you were low income.
You can misunderstand all you want, but using that as a reason to discriminate against your guests, don't you think that's a bad thing to do?
You might be right, but all I did was make bad judgment. I didn't mean for it to be rude or anything. Can you please just understand that?
Bad judgment or not, it's not a nice thing to do. I've never been treated like this in my entire life. You couldn't even help organize my surprise, even though my husband went through the trouble to get today off work. All that, and this is what happens? Thanks to you, our 10-year anniversary has been ruined. We were looking forward to this day for a very long time.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll start the preparations right now, so please come back. We'll get the surprise ready as well, and we'll throw in the cake and champagne as free service too.
No thanks.
What do you mean? If there's anything else you need, please just let me know.
I knew something was weird about the fact that we were making reservations over WhatsApp. I tried not to think too much about it, but I guess it's too late now. You definitely went too far with what you did.
I'm extremely sorry. I'll make sure something like this never happens again. Can you please just give us one more chance to make things right? Hello, Mrs. Baker. I hope everything is going well with your anniversary. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the both of you.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, thank you very much. You actually texted me just at the perfect time. I'm afraid that nothing has gone as planned, and it's nothing to do with your hotel.
Oh, dear, I'm very sorry to hear that. Was there a problem?
Your manager, Mr. Adamson, is the problem, I'm afraid. He's insulted me and my family by assuming we were low income because of the fact that I drive a small car. It's ridiculous, but it was very unprofessional and rude of him.
What? Please allow me to apologize on his behalf. Mr. Adamson never seemed like the kind of person to say such discriminatory and distasteful things to a customer.
I have screenshots of the conversation if you need to see them. My husband is very angry, and he told me that the request you put in for the $5 million loan might be in jeopardy because of this.
This is very deplorable behavior from Mr. Adamson, and he will be dealt with appropriately. I'm very sorry that you had to experience this, Mrs. Baker. You are one of our most valued customers. Please, I would like to ask that you don't cancel the loan. Hello? Are you there? Can we just forget this ever happened?
Nope, it won't happen. I've already spoken to the owner anyways.
What? The owner? Gordon?
Right. We told him that we won't issue the loan as long as you're working as manager.
What?
That's what my husband told him. The rest is up to you. If I was him, I'd fire you in a heartbeat.
What, fire me? I'm the manager, though. I can't be fired.
If the hotel manager was this much of a piece of trash, of course the quality of the hotel would be affected as well.
Did you just call me a piece of trash? All I did was misunderstand your situation. There's no need for name-calling. Please, allow me to fix this. I was wrong for what I did. I'm sorry.
Sorry, but it's no use anymore. My husband is already angry, and I'm even more furious.
Wait, the owner is calling me right now. Do you think it's about your reservation?
Don't ask me. How about you answer the phone? I can't imagine why he wouldn't be angry right now. You tried to turn away a paying customer.
I didn't think that you would pay in the first place. I thought you would run off, and I was trying to avoid that. You didn't look like you could afford the cost of the suite.
You still don't understand what you're saying, do you? Doesn't that sound at least a tiny bit rude to you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. You're misunderstanding me.
No, I think I understand you perfectly. You've just been saying anything you feel like, but everything came back to bite you in the butt.
I'm really sorry. I seriously regret what I said.
I already told you it's no use. It's over for you. Disgusting men like you, who make a living out of discriminating and judging people, will always just end up screwing themselves over. This is all your own fault. You've dug your own grave, and now you have to lie in it. In the end, Mr. Gordon was extremely furious about what Mr. Adamson had done. He wasn't satisfied with just firing him, so he requested that he pay reparations equivalent to a one-night stay in the suite. Mr. Adamson lost his position as manager and therefore lost his job, so he apparently used up all of his savings to pay the reparations. He was so quick to judge people based on appearances, and due to his arrogance and ignorance, he ended up dealing a lot of damage to himself. He dug his own grave, and now he doesn't know what to do. He's completely at a loss. As for our 10-year anniversary celebration, of course we weren't able to hold it as planned. Mr. Gordon felt extremely apologetic about the whole situation, and he offered us a free stay to make up for it. He also said he'd give us free catering and drinks. My husband had to go back overseas, and he won't be able to take a day off for another month, but it's definitely better than nothing. I appreciate Mr. Gordon a lot. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe.
Hey, bank machine. You're just finishing work now, right?
Yeah, I'm finished, but Zoe, please, I've asked you so many times to please stop calling me that.
Huh?
I know I married your father and you're not happy about it. You don't have to call me Mom if you don't want to, but could you at least call me by my name instead of calling me that, please?
Let's compromise. How about Bank Catherine? That's not what I messaged you about anyway. Buy me some ice cream on your way home, and don't expect me to pay you back when you get here either.
If that's all you want, just go buy some with the allowance we give you.
What?
There's a convenience store just a minute's walk from her house. Go get some if you want it.
No way, I'm not wasting my time when you can just do it for me. And why would I want to waste my money on something stupid like ice cream anyway?
What do you mean? If you're not going to use your allowance for things you want, what are you saving it for?
Well, that's obvious. It's for new bags and brand name clothes.
You just got into college. I don't think you should be wasting your money buying things like that.
But yet, you want me to waste it on ice cream. Anyway, I went shopping for clothes yesterday and bought some things, so I don't have any money left anyway.
What? The whole reason we give you a monthly allowance is so that it lasts the whole month. It's only been 1 week. Your dad gives you $200 a month for personal use, and you always say it isn't enough. And on top of that, you go into my purse and take money without asking me. If the things you want are that expensive, you need to consider getting a part-time job and saving up. You're splurging way too much.
Shut up! How dare you say that to me? Oh, I almost forgot. I saw a bag today for $300 that I want, but I didn't have enough for it. So can you give me about $500? I want it and some other things.
No.
What?
If you want something that costs more than the allowance you get, then get a part-time job.
You know what? The only reason you got to marry my father was because I allowed it. You know that, right?
That conversation and this conversation have nothing to do with each other. If you don't want to accept me as your mother, that's completely up to you. But I married your father, so I'm going to act like a mother and treat you like my daughter. That means if you want something you can't have, I'm gonna tell you no.
Shut up, you old hag! If you don't want to get kicked out of her house, you'd better give me that $500. If you go against me, I'll make Dad leave you. I'll just run crying to Dad saying you did something to me, or that you're being really mean to me. He'll divorce you if I want him to. Don't ever forget that.
Zoe, please.
You know what your role is. You're my ATM, my slave. You're my ATM, so act like an ATM. And you're my slave, so do what I say. That means bring me my money and bring me my damn ice cream. I'm going shopping with my friends again next Sunday. Make sure you give me that $500 before then. Hey, bank machine, where's my money? Hey, my $500. When I woke up, you weren't home. What the heck are you doing? I didn't give my ATM slave permission to leave. Hey, message me back. Do you want me to tell Dad?
Oh, sorry, it took me a while to reply. I was driving.
I don't care about that. Where's my money? What happened to my $500?
I said no, didn't I?
A slave can't disobey their master, and you didn't even make my breakfast. Get back here and do it right now.
Me? Oh, I won't be going back to that house ever again.
What? What is this? Are you saying my parents are divorcing again?
No, they're already divorced. I mean your mother and her husband.
Huh? What? I'm talking about you divorcing my father.
Oh, well, Andrew and I are not getting divorced. So that's why I'm not going back to that house.
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you'll understand in the afternoon.
In the afternoon?
If you still have any questions after that, feel free to message me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, what is this? My mom came to my house. She said her and her boyfriend are going to be living here starting today. That seems strange. She's married to him, so she usually calls him her husband. Anyway, my stepdad's not here yet because he's bringing a moving van with all his stuff in it. What is this?
Huh? Did she not explain everything to you?
She just said she's living here now. What's going on? I know you know something about this. Tell me.
If she didn't explain it properly, I guess I have no choice. First, as of today, the ownership of that house has been transferred to your mother. It's in Lydia's name now. It's her house.
Why?
That's what your father and her settled on.
Settled on? What are you talking about? Settled what?
Your father agreed to give your mom the house if she took full custody of you.
Huh?
Your father and I left the house when you were sleeping. Have you not noticed that all of our things are gone?
Wait, hold on. You're right, the furniture is all still here, but all your personal items and things are gone. What's happening? And from what you said before, you're making it sound like my mom and dad just traded something. But if my mom got the house and she got me, my mom got everything. That's not a trade.
That's what I thought when I first heard it too. But as everything was explained to me, it does sound more like an equal trade.
What are you talking about?
I guess we should start from the beginning. Your mom cheated on Andrew 5 years ago. That's why he divorced your mom. But you chose to live with Andrew because he had a steady job and you didn't want to worry about money, right?
Yeah, so? Mom wasn't working, so it's only natural that I chose to live with Dad. He had money.
It does make sense when you think about it like that.
What are you saying?
You planned that with your mom, didn't you?
Huh?
Zoe, you knew that your father, Andrew, wasn't your real father, didn't you?
Huh?
You're the daughter of another man that your mom had been cheating with long ago. You knew this whole time that Andrew wasn't your real dad, but you pretended not to know, right?
Wait, why are you?
You know, Andrew knew that you were secretly meeting with your mom.
Huh, you're lying.
The reason you and your mom were secretly meeting up was something you and your mom had planned before the divorce was even finalized, wasn't it? But you knew that legally Andrew was supposed to know about any meetings you had with your mom. When he found out you were secretly meeting with her, he knew something was up. He hired a private investigator to find out what was really going on.
A private investigator?
And then, after Andrew married your ATM slave, i.e. me, your mom stopped coming to see you on her scheduled days. And she was so happy because she could see as many guys as she wanted whenever she wanted. She was so happy that Andrew and I were raising you, even though we weren't your real parents, and giving you everything you wanted without her needing to lift a finger for you.
But that...
You were even taking some of our money and giving it to your mom. Don't deny it, the private investigator recorded you and your mom having multiple conversations. You both laughed at Andrew and made fun of him for caring about you and being so stupid. But honestly, Andrew knew long ago that you weren't his child.
What? Really?
He knew, but he had already raised you as his own since you were born. He wanted to keep giving you the lifestyle you had. He didn't want you to need to worry about money. He took full custody of you because he cared that much about you. But even so, you snuck off to meet with your mother to laugh at him and say those horrible things about him. How did you think it made Andrew feel when he heard that?
But that was...
You broke his heart. You made him feel like he wasted all those years. All the years he treated you as his own. He said if you don't care about him, there's no reason for him to keep caring about you.
Huh?
You know what else he said? He said you're exactly like your mother.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I'm her daughter. I look like her too.
No. He said the ugly laugh he heard coming from you on the recordings. The laugh you made when you're laughing at people you've used and deceived. He said you're just like your mother.
He said I was ugly.
I felt the same way. Every time you treated me so poorly, I know exactly what he means.
What?
That's why I showed him all the messages you were sending me. How you were treating me every single day.
You showed him the messages I sent you? That's an invasion of privacy.
Well, I'm sorry if you feel that way, but after he read the horrible things you said to me and about me, he again said she's just like her mother.
How dare he? He's supposed to act like my dad, but he goes and says that?
Yeah, but like you said many times on the recordings, he's not your real dad.
But that...
So that's why he's not pretending to be your father anymore. He's done.
He's done?
So that's what we meant when we said we traded. Andrew gave your mother his house, and in return he got what he wanted. He got to give her back full custody of you.
I don't get it. Mom got everything, so why do you keep calling it a trade? This house is big and beautiful, and my mom and her boyfriend get to live here. And I know how nice Andrew is. He'll probably keep paying for me, and he'll pay for my college too. He's not getting anything in this so-called trade.
You know, your mom, she married the person she cheated on Andrew with, the person you called your stepdad. But recently she was caught cheating with yet another man. And your stepdad kicked her out of the house. She had no place to stay, so she came running and crying to Andrew.
What? When did that happen?
The person that she's going to be living with in your house is probably the person she cheated with. So the person coming with the moving van, I think it's her boyfriend, not your stepdad. And I hear that guy is also married. I think your mom's old husband and this new guy's wife are both going to be suing your mom for compensation money. Your mom just wanted a place to stay and someone to help her work and pay off the debt she's going to be in.
Someone to help her work?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be you.
What, me? Why?
It looks like you're going to have to drop out of college.
Drop out?
Well, there's no way that Lydia can afford to pay for it. She can barely keep up as it is.
Yeah, but Dad's gonna pay for it.
Honestly, as a final gesture of goodwill, Andrew paid your mom all the rest of your tuition fees. But I heard instead of letting you have it for college, your mom immediately put it towards the huge debt she has.
Debt?
Even after using all your tuition payment on it, I think she still has tens of thousands of dollars to pay off. I don't know exactly how much.
You're lying. That's not possible. Mom hasn't said anything about this to me.
I'm only telling you what Andrew told me. I don't have any additional information for you. If you want more details, you're gonna have to ask your mom.
Hey, I want to go with you.
Huh?
I don't want to quit college, and I don't want to start working yet. I don't want to be poor. I don't want Dad. Please let me go with you.
Begging me isn't going to change anything.
You could persuade Dad to let me come with you.
I'm gonna let Andrew do what he wants to do. If you don't want to live there, I guess you should get out and find your own place. I know it sounds mean, but that's the only thing I can suggest. You're old enough.
Just wait. You wanted to be my mom, right? You're just gonna give up on that now? That's pretty irresponsible.
Andrew wasn't your biological father, and he doesn't have custody of you anymore, so I have nothing to do with this.
Come on!
Zoe, you're old enough to take care of yourself now anyway. You're just gonna have to do your best.
Take me with you!
I'm sorry.
I'm begging you!
Zoe got caught in an unfortunate situation, and before she had time to process everything, she was forced to drop out of college. Her mother made her get a job waiting tables at a bar at night to help keep the lights on at their place. But with Zoe's attitude, just as I thought, I heard she was fired within the first 2 months. What's worse, I heard she stole her mom's boyfriend from her, and Zoe and him ran off together. I heard that since then, Zoe has only contacted one of her relatives once. And according to them, she got caught up in some other trouble and is now working the streets at night. Along with that, we hear her mother, Lydia, attempted to track down Andrew and I, in an attempt to get Andrew back, more likely in an attempt to get Andrew's money. Luckily, she didn't know our new address and her attempt failed before Andrew and I had to deal with her. As for Andrew and I, Andrew had put in a request to transfer to one of his company's overseas branches, and the request was granted. Soon, we won't have to worry about Lydia and Zoe ever again. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time! Amber, what are you doing? I just put little Cody down for his nap. I keep hearing all this rooting around coming from the 3rd floor. Can you keep it down up there? Oh, sorry, Paige. I was just looking for something. I'll try to keep it down for you. Oh, I've been thinking about this for a while, and it seems I was right. We can't have 3 families all living in one house. I think it's just too much. Now, after all this time, we've been living like this for over 2 years now, and you're just bringing this up now? We all have a separate entrance, a separate bathroom, and a separate kitchen. What's the problem? We've been staying out of each other's hair this whole time, haven't we? Oh, it might be all right for you, but I've got my parents-in-law living right below me on the 1st floor, and I've got my sister-in-law living above me on the 3rd floor. I have to watch everything I do. I can't raise my kids comfortably living like this. Really? I put soundproofing on the floors and walls up here. Are you still really that concerned? It's not so much the sound as it is just how I feel living sandwiched between my husband's whole family. You know I'm pregnant again. Soon your brother and I are going to have even more kids running around here. I think it'd be better if we had more bedrooms for them. Can't you try to look at it from Alan and I's perspective? Don't you think it's about time you got out on your own and started being independent? Huh? Hold on there. Is this your way of telling me to get out? No, I'm not telling you to get out. I'm just saying maybe you should be more independent and think about your own future, don't you think? How long are you going to sponge off your parents? You're living in the same house as your parents and your brother's family. Are you saying you haven't felt a little ashamed about that at your age? No, why? I've got nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, wow, Amber, you've got even more nerve than I thought. If it was me, even if I didn't think I was too old to still be living with my parents, I definitely feel ashamed to be an unemployed shut-in leeching off her parents and her brother's family. I wouldn't be able to face the world if that was me. You weren't raised very well, were you? I'm not an unemployed shut-in. I have a job, I work from home, and I pay all the maintenance costs on this house. So, this is how you really feel about me. You think I'm a shameless, unemployed shut-in who's just leeching off of their parents and brother? Well, if I can speak frankly, aren't you? You say you're paying maintenance costs. What, like a couple $100 to your parents each month? Don't try to make yourself sound better than you are, okay? I guess I'll say this now. You're not going to get married anytime soon, are you? Look, Alan is your brother, so you should care about him and his family. I'm just thinking about me and Alan's future as well as our children's future, so could you not get in our way, please? It's really hard for us all to live like this with you around. I get it. So that's how you really feel, huh? I thought we had all built a good relationship with each other, but I see I was the only one who thought that. So, when you were being all thankful to me on your wedding day and when you gave birth, it was all a show. You never felt that way. You were just looking at me as a worthless sponge. A roadblock for you. Honestly, when you gave us cash for our wedding and our baby shower presents, we were flattered, but your brother and I broke out laughing, you giving us money. We thought we were gonna die of laughter. Let me
put this in easy words. Even you can understand. I hate you. So would you please just get out as fast as you can? Someday, when your parents have passed on and you're not working, your brother and I will let you come back and rent one of the rooms on the 3rd floor. Of course, when that time comes, we'll expect you to do the housework for us. Basically, you're saying you want me out because you're having another kid. And when your kids have grown up and moved out, you want me to come back and be your maid, huh? Does my brother feel the same way? Of course he does. Alan is saying he wants to have a few more bedrooms for all the kids, and he agrees that you need to start being independent too. We don't want to up and throw you out on the street, but you get the point. I get it. If you guys hate me that much, I guess I don't have a choice. I'll give you what you want. I'll make this just a 2-family household. Is that what you want? Yes, you get it. That's exactly what I want. Thanks. When can you start packing? Are you going to start looking for a house right now? We'll even help you move your stuff to your new place. So tell us as soon as you find one. I'll contact you when I have everything prepared. See you. Amber, what the heck is going on? Why are all of our things gone? Even the wallpaper has been torn off the walls. What the heck happened? What's going on? Huh? Why are you asking me that? You said you wanted this house to be a 2-family household. That's what I'm giving you. You were the first person to suggest it, so I figured I'd move you guys out. I had all your stuff packed up and moved out last night when you took your family out of town for the weekend. Why? I never said that I wanted Alan, me, and our kids to leave, did I? I asked you to get out, didn't I? Why would you do such a stupid thing? What gives you the right to move our stuff out? I should be asking you that. Why do you think you have any right to kick me out? All those things you said about me, that I was loud, annoying, and getting in your way? You think you can just walk into my family's house and start running your mouth like that? What are you talking about? Alan is going to inherit this house in the future, so it's basically his. Eventually, this house and everything in it is going to be Alan's, which means I'm going to be running everything around here soon. That's why I'm allowed to say what I want around here. Got it? Inheritance has nothing to do with anything. Alan is not the heir, and we're not the royal family. This is my house. You said you hate me, so it only makes sense that you are the ones that leave. This is my house, so I decide who lives here and who gets kicked out. Oh, you only think that because you were born a few years before Alan. So please don't act like you're so great. This house is not yours. It's your father's house, and it's going to be Alan's in the future. The son will get everything, not you. You should be ashamed to be saying that it's yours. Don't be so conceited. I don't know where you got your information from, but this house is not my father's, and it's not my mother's. This house is 100% mine. Huh? What are you talking about? Did your father give you an early inheritance or something? No. I bought this house with the money that I made. It's my house. The house that Alan and I grew up in was bought up by the government because they wanted the land. Anyway, that was before you and Alan started seeing each other and got married. My dad wanted to buy another house after the government bought his, but I had so many extra rooms in my house, I suggested they come live with me instead. So, if you want to get technical, my parents are sponging off of me, not the other way around. What? This is all nonsense. There's no way this could be your house. This house is so big and so beautiful. There's no way you could make enough money to afford this. Wow, it looks like you really did think I was an unemployed shut-in. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty popular author. I doubt you've ever read a book in your life. That's probably why you didn't know. When you said you work from home, you meant you were an author, as in writing books? And you're saying you're popular? That's not possible. I never knew that. Nobody told me this was your house, and nobody told me you were an author. We've told you. 2 years ago,
When Alan got laid off work and you guys were struggling, I told you I'd let you live with me and my parents until Alan got back on his feet. My parents and I explained everything to you then. My parents and Alan told you this is Amber's house, and they explained everything to you. It wouldn't surprise me if you forgot, but are you really saying you forgot?
Well,
Oh my God. How could you forget? It's only been 2 years and you forgot such an important thing as to whose house you're living in? Oh, wow. Just wow. On top of that, you try to kick the landlord out of her own house? What a joke! Even after Alan found a new job and you guys got back on your feet, I continued to let you stay here. And you called me the sponge? The leech? And you said I've got nerve. But I forgot, so I didn't know. Amber, I'm sorry. I was under the wrong impression. Please forgive me. You accused me of sponging and leeching. You basically called me a leech. It looks like you got your foot in your mouth this time, huh? You must be pretty ashamed, huh? Pretty embarrassing, huh? It is. You're right. I'm really sorry. I didn't know the whole story and I was really mean to you. I'm sorry. I wanted to live in a big house like this. I know rent on a place like this is probably twice what we're paying now. We're really grateful. We really appreciate it. So please, have our appliances and furniture brought back in. Why? You're already out of the house, aren't you? When you guys first moved in, we agreed that when Alan got a new job, you guys would move out. I let you guys stay a lot longer than that. This is the perfect time for you to leave. Oh no, we haven't even started looking for a new place. Kicking us out suddenly like this, what are we gonna do? Your house is so comfortable. Just let us stay here a little longer. At least until our children are in elementary school or junior high school, okay? What? No way. I'm not gonna live with someone who hates me. I told you, I decide who lives here and who gets kicked out. Anyway, I had all of your furniture and things shipped over to your parents' house. If you haven't found a place to live yet, maybe you should try living there. You sent everything to my parents' house. My brother lives there. You know I don't get along with him. He hates me. I can't live there. I can't go back to my parents' house. Please let me stay here a little longer. If that's the case, you understand how I feel, right? Your brother hates you, so you don't want to live with him. That's how I feel about you. You hate me, so I don't want to live with you. If you don't want to go back to your parents' place, why don't you find somewhere else? Why are you being so mean to me? I have small children. Are you going to kick out your own nephews? Your cute, innocent nephews? You've got no heart. You're seriously asking me why I'm being mean? After all the things you said to me and all the things you put me through, you think I shouldn't be angry? I never said I was a saint. And don't think you can use your children as a shield to get sympathy or forgiveness. I've decided I want you out, so there's no use in arguing about it. You're not going to change my mind. But I misunderstood what was going on. I didn't know it was your house. I already apologized to you, didn't I? I apologize, so please forgive me. Please, please, pretty please. Wow. Now you're acting like a kid. Some things can't be forgiven. You should know that by now. I told you! I forgot it was your house! I don't want to hear any more excuses. You're wasting my time. Get out now. It's not up for debate. Let's not get in each other's way anymore. Let's all live comfortable lives in separate houses. I won't have anything to do with your lives anymore. And you guys stay out of my life. I can't believe this. Look, I've got a meeting I've got to get to. Don't worry about giving me back the house key. I'm having all the locks on the house changed tomorrow. Goodbye. After that, Paige stayed at the house on the second floor for a while, just banging on the walls and crying. Later, Paige even got on her knees and begged me. She did all sorts of things to try to win back my favor. It was clear she didn't want to give up such a large place with such good rent and such a convenient part of town. That was her only intention. It was obvious she still hated me.
She wouldn't leave. She stayed hanging around the house trying to get me to let her keep living there. She even started following me around anytime I left to go to the store or run errands around town. She was bothering me so much that I couldn't concentrate on my work anymore. It got pretty depressing. I told my brother that if she didn't stop, I was going to call the cops and charge her for trespassing and stalking. Alan knew I was serious. He apologized and said he'd take care of it. He literally had to come and drag Paige away from the house. After he managed to get her in the car, they left. Paige refused to move in with her parents. So Alan had to rent a small room somewhere while looking for a new place to live. I hear Paige just mopes around and mumbles about how much she hates her brother and the bad memories she has of him and how much she loved my house. If she wouldn't have opened her big mouth, she could have still been living with me in my big house. Sucks to be her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Claire. When are you coming for Thanksgiving this year? It's only a month away. It's on Thursday, so I assume you'll come at least 3 days before, as you've been doing. You should know that Jean can't come this Thanksgiving because she's so busy with her clinic. You know, sick people don't care whether it's a holiday or not. I heard she has even more patients now because of her delicate patient care. So you need to do everything by yourself. So I say you should come the weekend prior, not just 3 days. You have a ton of stuff to do, including house cleaning, grocery shopping, and making food for the entire family. I'm sure you're aware of your duties already, right? You'll need extra time since there will be almost 30 people here. Your father-in-law is craving ham instead of turkey this time. Make sure to get a whole ham and cook it to perfection. He's looking forward to it. I'm not coming, so you should talk to your son. Besides, how am I supposed to do all that by myself? I have work to do. I'm not just a housewife, and even if I was, it's too much to do. Jean is another daughter-in-law. She's part of this family. She could come and help regardless. I actually don't care if she can't make it this time because I won't be there whatsoever. What the hell are you saying? Why aren't you coming? That's not what you're supposed to say when you're the eldest daughter-in-law of the eldest son's family. Your father-in-law is the eldest son of his family, and when you married my son, you agreed to be a daughter-in-law who will do everything for this family. That's how it is. You knew about it already, but what's all this attitude? I'm sure you were born into a low family, so you don't know how the eldest son's family works. You need to show up on every holiday as the eldest daughter-in-law and take care of the duties. You can't show off you're from a low family. Don't you dare embarrass me in front of the entire family. Listen carefully. Since many decades ago, my husband's entire family, including his cousins and second cousins, had been gathering at my house every holiday to share food and drink and have conversations with each other to make this family even stronger. They basically have been networking to strengthen this family. Haven't you noticed that? I honestly don't understand what kind of networking or strengthening you guys were doing while eating and drinking. All the aunts were doing was being sarcastic and attacking each other on trivial things as if they were born to hurt each other. And they were busy pushing chores on each other because they don't want to do them, such as dishwashing and cleaning. All they do all day is complain to each other and start a fight because of the complaints. Ultimately, they dump chores on the daughters-in-law who are the underdogs in their own little world. They become happy again for a moment, and they continue talking and arguing all over again. Is that your definition of networking and strengthening? How dare you talk to me that way? I'm not done yet. What about men? Every man in the family never set a foot in the kitchen just because they're men. They have this weird belief that men shouldn't even be near the kitchen because the kitchen is only for women. They don't even think about helping themselves, so they call women every time they need something, including something as small as a cup of water. Obviously, women are already occupied with kitchen duties, but do they give a damn about it? No, because they're selfish bastards. I'm so sick of everything, including the aunts, every man in the family, and endless chores. For whom and what is the gathering for? I still don't understand after all these years. That's the exact definition of a tradition. Why would men set foot in the kitchen when women are much better at kitchen chores? You're old enough to understand the tradition that was passed on from one generation to another, and yet you still don't get it. What a shame. You need to keep the tradition. That's how your family will remain healthy. And eventually, having your family healthy will lead to your country being healthy. You can't ignore even a little part of the tradition because it will ruin everything in the end. Hear yourself, Miranda. Do you think that makes sense? Please refrain from pretending as if your words are the truth when they are actually a load of crap. I say no to your lecture. What a shame, right? What did you say? This is why I shouldn't have let my son marry you. I should have pushed him harder to break up with you. I told him 1,000,000 times that his wife is going to be the first daughter-in-law of the eldest family, and she has to come from another eldest family so she could understand how things are going to be. Look at you. You don't understand a bit of it because you're from a low family. How the hell should you know about the life of the tradition of the eldest family when you're from a low family, right? My ancestors will roll in their graves if they knew their eldest son had a daughter-in-law like you who doesn't know a damn about anything. I don't know what my son saw in a girl like you and eventually married you. I said no so many times, but I had to let him marry you because he insisted. The reason why I said yes to you was only because I loved my son, not because I decided to accept you. You should be thankful to me. You were able to marry a guy like my son because I said okay. You couldn't have married Adam if it weren't for me. Got it? I'm telling you, you have to come by the weekend prior to Thanksgiving unless you're not going to divorce my son. I don't care if you have a job or not. Stop coming up with excuses and make sure to get things done perfectly. Every single thing I tell you to do. Understood. Have you forgotten what happened last Christmas already? I went to your house 3 days before Christmas to do the things you told me to do. I cleaned your house, did grocery shopping, and cooked all by myself. I got up at 4 a.m. to cook that dish you specifically told me to make and made it with my best effort. But what did you say to that dish? You said, "What kind of food is this?" You humiliated me in front of your relatives by yelling at me. You criticized my food, saying you couldn't distinguish if it was for humans or for pigs, and brought my parents into the conversation that my parents didn't teach me properly. I can vividly remember your yucky face that was so oily, as if you put on pork fat all over your face, and the dirty faces of the relatives who were clapping and laughing because it was so funny to them. How could all of you do that to me if you considered me as your family? I realized I was just a maid to you whom you needed to cook and clean for you instead of a family. You thought I was beneath you just because I was your daughter-in-law. Nobody showed any respect to me. You were all so mean. And yet you're calling me again to do the same thing? That's so ridiculous. When I told you I'll toss them in the trash if you don't like what I made for you, you fiercely yelled at me to get on my knees and apologize to your relatives with your eyes wide and bulging, didn't you? When I said I didn't do anything to apologize for, so I'll leave and head to my mom's house, what did you say to me? You told me to never step foot in your house again because I was no longer your daughter-in-law. So I decided to never go to your house again. I'm only following your instruction. Is there a problem? I said that only because I was outraged for you being so rude and acting recklessly in front of all the family members without considering my position as your mother-in-law. Do you think it's acceptable to act that way just because I said something you didn't like to hear? Do you think it's understandable that you wouldn't fulfill your duties as a daughter-in-law by holding a grudge over your mother-in-law's words? Women wouldn't be crying over how they were treated by their in-laws from one generation to another if fulfilling duties as daughters-in-law was so simple and easy. Haven't you heard of the song called "The Life of a Woman"? It said even if your heart aches so much that you can't bear it, you have to endure it because you're a woman. That's a real woman. You should tell your friends about what you're trying to do. They'll tell you that you're insane and audacious. My grandmother, my mother, and I have all lived in that manner, enduring and persevering. So why are you the only one trying to avoid it? If you wanted to avoid it, why did you have to marry my son and bring such trouble to our family as a daughter-in-law? Do you think it would be easy to become the first daughter-in-law of the eldest family? There won't be any problem if you just do what your mother-in-law tells you to do. So why do you keep arguing and rebelling against me? Are you showing off for being ignorant? I can clearly tell that you came from a classless family. What trouble are you talking about? What kind of trouble did I bring to your family as a daughter-in-law? I was nothing but a devoted, dedicated, and obedient daughter-in-law for a long time. I'm saying an educated woman would have been my daughter-in-law if it weren't for you. I wouldn't have to argue with you so dishonorably if you weren't my daughter-in-law in the first place. It's my lifetime's worth of regret for letting Adam marry you. Having a conversation with you only gives me a headache, so let's just end it here. Nothing good will ever come out when I talk to you. I'll send Adam your way 3 days before Thanksgiving, so have him do the cleaning and cooking, or whatever you need for him to do. What the hell do you think you're doing? How dare you have my precious son do the household chores? Are you insane? How could you even think about having your husband do the work when it's supposed to be done by you? I have never asked my son to do any household chores in my 60 years of life. In my family, it has always been considered inappropriate for a man to do household chores. What part of the traditional values of my family don't you understand? But who do you think you are telling my precious son to do such menial tasks? Are you the kind of person who makes my son do chores every day at home, belittling him and not allowing him to focus on more important matters? I will not stand for this disrespect toward my family's customs. We're married and we both have jobs. Marriage is a partnership, and remember that both of us contribute equally to the household. You should know we both work hard to support our family, and that includes not only financial support but also the management of our household. It's unrealistic and unfair to expect me to handle all the household chores alone just because I'm a woman, especially when both of us are working outside the home. Would you do this to your daughter if you had one? Would you tell her to stand by the unfairness? No, it's perfectly realistic and fair for you because you're a woman. Of course I would tell my daughter the same thing if I had one because a man knows nothing about household chores. And what kind of job are you talking about? Did you think I wouldn't find out that you spend your days at home playing games on your laptop all day every day? You lied about working from home just to satisfy your ego. Did you really think that I would fall for such a lie when I have lived more than 30 years than you? You have the audacity to use sneaky tactics to avoid doing household chores when you eat, sleep, and spend my son's hard-earned money. You are able to have the luxury of playing games all day every day at home because of my son's hard work. Have you ever thought about how I feel as the one who gave birth to that son? How would you feel if you were in my shoes and had to put up with a worthless and lazy daughter-in-law like you? There's no way I can approve of someone like you. I hate you with all my being. No, I still don't understand you, even if I try to put myself in your shoes 1,000 times. The fact that I run an e-commerce business and it's doing so well that I earn more than my husband remains unchanged, no matter how much you try to deny it. With my hard-earned money, I have planned a Thanksgiving trip with my parents to Italy, and I will be satisfied if they are happy and enjoy themselves. I don't need your approval, and I don't want to deal with your tantrums anymore. Please stop obsessing over me and go spend some quality time with your beloved son. I'll focus on treating my parents going forward, so give your son a chance to do the same for you. What did you say? What trip? Are you actually going on a trip with your family on Thanksgiving? Italy will cost you a fortune! I thought you were a bum! I'm tired of repeatedly telling you no endlessly, so think whatever you want. If you want me to be unemployed, be my guest. Your head is on your own neck, so it's up to you to decide what to think and believe. Sure thing, Claire. I certainly believe everything you say. You don't have to, but now I'm excited that you decided to do so. I should say thank you accordingly, right? Oh, you don't have to thank me for anything, darling. You don't have to be so formal between you and me. It would be nice if you do me a favor, though. What kind of favor are you asking? For the trip to Italy that you're taking with your parents on Thanksgiving, can you please take me with you? I would love to come with you and your parents. I have never been on a plane for my entire life of 60 years, as you know. I thought I would fly to the afterlife without being on a plane even for once. But here I am getting a chance to be on a plane because of my rich daughter-in-law. How lucky I am, right? I understand that it's your freedom to fly to the sky or the universe as you please, but it seems difficult for you to join us. This trip was already booked a few months ago, so it's hard to add you now. It's a little too late. I thought you had a lot of money. Pay them whatever they ask you. Everything will be fine as long as you pay more, right? No, because flight tickets and hotels are already fully booked. They won't accept last-minute reservations even if I pay extra. Also, you value your traditions more than your life. It's absurd to travel during the holiday season without honoring your ancestors and being with your relatives. As the eldest daughter-in-law, you should uphold your traditions at home. What will happen if your ancestors are not honored? What about your relatives? They'll understand if I don't uphold the tradition once in a while. You've been emphasizing how important it is to comply with the tradition this whole time, haven't you? I guess the importance of complying with traditions changes depending on your willingness. Are you making fun of me because I'm an old lady from the countryside? You would have done anything to make my wish come true if you really wanted to take me with you. Are you letting your mom enjoy sightseeing in the sky and leaving me on the ground just because I'm your mother-in-law? You should remember that a daughter-in-law is also a daughter and a mother-in-law is also a mother. You're not supposed to discriminate against me like this. Your mother and I should be no different. How can you disrespect me like this when I've given up my pride and begged you to take me with you? It's truly unbearable. Your parents must be thrilled to have a good daughter like you. They might have had a hard time feeding themselves if it weren't for you, but lucky them, they got you. They must be jumping up and down out of happiness. Did you get them first-class seats? Which hotel did you make a reservation at in Italy, Is it 5 stars? You can stop being sarcastic. And where did you get the idea of my family being so poor? I have never heard of such a thing in my entire life. I thought I was born into at least a middle-class family, but somehow you thought it was a low class receiving food stamps and medical? What other assumptions did you make about my family? I'm wondering. What middle class are you talking about when your dad works at a construction site? Isn't construction job for low-income families like you? For those who live in a 700-square-foot home with 6 other people? Now that I sweet-mouthed you for making some money, you're trying to even lie about your father's job. I heard with my own 2 ears your father saying that he works at a construction site when we met before your wedding. Who are you trying to fool? Was he not polite to me because he was ashamed of his low job? He seemed like he knew his place, though. If you don't have money, you have to be at least polite, right? He was just trying to be polite and respectful because you're going to be his in-law and my mother-in-law. He respected you because he was a decent human being who knew how to respect other people regardless of their financial situation, not because you deserved one. It will be embarrassing if you act like you are better than him. My father has been running a construction company since he was young, and he still considers construction work as his calling, working hard on the side every day. He's not some shameful person who is looking to take his married daughter's money. What I have is nothing compared to what he has. It is not fair to question his occupation or make false accusations just because he works at a construction site. You should respect him and his work, as he has been doing it for years with dedication and passion. He has earned his living through honest work, and it is nothing to be ashamed of. So your father is the president of a construction company. That's great! My house is quite old and needs some repairs, as you know, so could you ask your father for some help? Should I ask him myself? He said that construction work is his calling and passion. He should be able to help me out, right? I don't see why not. Once you get the estimate and deposit the repair costs, he will carry out the work with a sense of responsibility and sincerity. Why is he going to charge me the repair costs when I'm his in-law? Home repairs are not a one-man job. It involves a team of skilled workers who dedicate their time and expertise to making your home a better place to live in. These workers are not just people who show up with a hammer and some nails, but they are professionals who have spent years honing their craft and perfecting their skills. They have families to support and bills to pay, and their work is how they make ends meet. To expect them to work for free is not only unfair, but also unseemly. What did you just say? Unseemly? How dare you say unseemly to your mother-in-law? I'm sorry. It seems like I got carried away and my words got out of control a little bit. I didn't intend for things to escalate like that. I have a lot of work to do, but I got distracted and started chatting with you over text, and I guess I got worked up without realizing it. So I think I'm done talking to you. I'll get going. No, Claire, hold on! I I understand that you can't come this Thanksgiving because you're going to be on a trip to Italy. But you're coming for Christmas, right? No, I have no intention of going to your house ever again. I will never set foot in a place where I'm not respected as a human being. From now on, only my husband will be there for every holiday. Just so you know. You should be thrilled not to see me, but your son alone. I wish that there will be no reason for us to have any further contact. Goodbye. After what happened, Miranda sent me multiple text messages asking me to come to her house, but I ignored them every time. Jean, the second daughter-in-law, who is a hotshot doctor, is always busy and never comes for holidays, so I heard that Miranda does all the work alone when she's already 60 years old. She must have had no other choice than to ask me to come because she felt overwhelmed and needed my help. She should be happy to see her precious son. I don't understand why she is calling me and begging me to do things when she doesn't even want to see me. I cannot forgive her for how she treated me just because I'm the eldest first daughter-in-law. I am loved by my own parents, so I have no reason to be treated like an inferior human being in my in-laws' house. Until the faces that laughed and made fun of the food I made by calling it food for pigs are forgotten, I don't think I will ever step into that corner of the house again. My husband said he would never go to his mother too since she caused me such pain, but I forced him to visit her just for the holidays because she might faint if she can't see her loving son. She may be a bad mother-in-law to me, but she is still the mother who gave birth to and raised my husband. It might be a bad thought, but I hope she feels the painful void of my absence. I hope that it will make her realize how unfair and unreasonable her actions toward me were, and that she will sincerely apologize to me. I don't think her apology can immediately mend my heart, but perhaps in the distant future, we might be able to see each other once again with smiling faces. Thanks for watching! If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.